First, we want to get to an 11 breaking news alert before your forecast. Colorado Springs police are looking for whoever is responsible for holding up a Buffalo Wild Wings while customers were inside eating last night.
Had to be pretty scary. 11 News reporter Jenna Middaugh live at that restaurant where this happened right off North Academy. A lot of people know where this is, Jenna. It sounds like a pretty frightening night for the people who were sitting there.
Adam and Rebecca, it really was. Police say there were still at least 20 or 25 people inside this restaurant when the suspects walked through these doors armed with guns. Now, we talked to a couple who was inside eating at the time. They told us they were actually crawling out at one point and then ran across the street to safety. Police say they got the call around 10:20 last night that at least 2 people walked into the restaurant with guns and demanded money. Now, police aren't sure exactly how many people were part of this robbery. They say witnesses reported seeing anywhere from 2 to 4 people. Police tell us one of the suspects did have a long gun, and a customer inside at the time told us she thought it was an assault rifle.
Looking around, seeing the guy in all black with a assault rifle, I mean, first thing you do is duck or get down and get out of that way.
Now, police say one of the suspects did hit an employee on the head while he or she was demanding money from the cash register, and police believe the suspects did leave in a car before officers were able to get here, but they have not been able to track that car down at this time. Live in Colorado Springs, Jenna Middaugh, KKTV 11 News.
Really scary, Jenna. Hopefully they find whoever did this. Thank you.
This is new tonight at 10. 11 News is talking to a babysitter who had a car full of kids when 2 men started pointing guns at drivers in downtown Colorado Springs.
It's so scary. We showed you the video of the suspects as they were arrested on Monday afternoon. They are 18-year-old Jason Rios and 20-year-old Jacob Collins. 11 News reporter Danielle Kreuter is joining us live from where this happened. It's on Wasatch near Kiowa. She spoke to that woman today. So scary for them, Danielle.
Yeah, Diana and Don, that babysitter is actually a mother herself too. She says she will never forget driving down Wasatch here and making eye contact with the man who was pointing a gun at her.
I look over, the 2 are on the sidewalk. There's a gun pointed in my face. This is the distance here.
Tanisha Johnson was terrified when one of these 2 men allegedly pointed a gun right at her and the kids she was driving home to their mom.
I just felt like I'm not going to see my kids no more, or I'm going to have to explain to her why she has to bury one of her children. And it's just something that, even though I survived it, I will never forget it.
Witnesses tell us the suspects pointed guns at several people.
This is a heavily populated area, and we have a lot of officers in that area who are able to respond.
It's the same area officers responded to during the Halloween shooting rampage in 2015. That situation also started with reports of a man walking around with a gun.
It could have ended differently, and I'm thankful that it didn't.
Both suspects are facing felony menacing charges. Reporting live in Colorado Springs tonight, I'm Danielle Kreuter, KKTV 11 News.
Just so grateful they're okay. Danielle, thank you. We have new information tonight about a man police say stole someone's car and was later caught running a red light in Colorado Springs. Arrest papers show James Whitmire was already in jail on a separate case. He confessed he was the one behind the wheel in a picture taken by a red light camera at Platt and Shelton. It started when the actual owner of that car got a ticket in the mail. He told police his car was stolen less than 24 hours before the red light violation happened. The owner thankfully now has his car back.
A member of the Trump administration paid a visit to Colorado Springs today. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos was in the city to celebrate Parents Challenge at James Irwin Charter Elementary School. That's a local nonprofit that helps low-income parents pick the best schools for their kids. DeVos also talked about a new proposal that would give families in any financial situation the freedom to send their kids to better schools.
Our proposal isn't about pitting one type of school against another. It's about empowering parents and families to make choices previously available only to the wealthy, the powerful, and the well-connected.
And during her visit, parents and teachers gathered outside to protest DeVos and her policies. They told us they simply cannot support her agenda.
Teachers every day spend money out of their own pockets for supplies, for curriculum, for buying things that kids need each and every day. She needs to know what it really feels like to be in public education today. And I'm not sure she understands that.
The majority of the teachers protesting at DeVos is defunding public education, and it's having an impact on our local schools.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Don Ward.
And I'm Diane Derby. We start with this important 11 breaking news alert. Tonight, there's a warning for anyone who goes to a popular local park.
Our partners at the Gazette are reporting that a man with a metal pipe for a weapon attacked a woman at the park. This happened at the south end of Bear Creek Park on the west side of Colorado Springs, right near Sirius Drive and Beta Loop. KKTV 11 News reporter Danielle Kreuter is live from the park now. Danielle, this woman is really hurt.
Yeah, Don and Diane, she was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but she will be okay. Colorado Springs police say this happened just after 7 this morning at the south end of the park. They say the woman was attacked from behind while she was on a trail. The suspect ran off when he actually saw another person nearby. People we spoke to at the park tonight tell us they are shocked that something like this would happen here.
Be on your guard, keep your eyes open. You want to enjoy other people here instead of be suspicious of everybody.
It's kind of scary that a woman gets attacked in, a place with all these, people come here all the time, and we come here all the time.
Here's what we know about the suspect so far. He's described as a white or Hispanic man wearing a white tank top, black pants, and a black backpack. Police say he has a thin build. So far, police have not released any information about the victim. Reporting live in Colorado Springs tonight, I'm Danielle Kreuter, KKTV 11 News.
That's just awful, Danielle. Thank you very much. We have an update now to an 11 breaking news alert. We first told you about at 4. A suspected car thief who police say caused at least 2 separate crashes was found dead after a long standoff with police officers. They say it all started with a hit-and-run crash on San Miguel Street, north of downtown Colorado Springs. While officers were investigating that crash, they say the suspect went into somebody's house and stole their vehicle. Police say he crashed that car and ended up inside somebody else's home. That's when the standoff started.
We immediately tried to get who we could to safety, including the residents of that household came out.
Found the man inside dead. No one else was hurt during all of this.
Happening right now, a wildfire is burning tonight along I-70 near the town of Dumont. It's west of Denver. The U.S. Forest Service says it's grown now to about 10 acres. Firefighters are camping in town overnight. Crews say those flames are burning through very steep terrain on private property. There's no word yet on what might have caused it.
That's just a reminder, though, of how quickly we can dry out when we warm up as we move on now to your No-Wait weather with our chief meteorologist, Brian Bledsoe.
Brian, how warm is it right now?
Still real warm out there. We hit the low 90s today in Colorado Springs, 93 to be exact. So our temperature right now sitting at 72. A little bit of a northeasterly breeze. I know you'd like a lot more breeze than that to help take the edge off that evening heat if you don't have any AC in your house. We're sitting at 80 currently in Pueblo, southeast wind at 11 miles per hour, and everybody across southern Colorado still looking pretty warm tonight. 70s to around 80 for a lot of us, even up on top of Monument Hill. Temperatures only dropping down to 68 degrees. So it's going to be a very mild night across all of southern Colorado, and rain chances not very good for really anybody. A couple of stray thunderstorms way down there in southeast Pueblo County, but that's really going to be about it. Do those rain chances get better as we head toward the weekend, and how long is this heat going to hang on? I'll let you know later in the show.
This is new from overnight. A fire at a local apartment complex is being investigated this morning as arson. It happened late last night in a neighborhood off North Academy in Austin Bluffs. Police told our photographer on scene a small fire started near one of the apartment units. Firefighters were able to knock it down quickly. But while on scene, first responders say they also heard several gunshots nearby. Police officers searched the area but didn't find any suspects. There are some new developments this morning in the shooting death of Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle. Overnight, police in Los Angeles named a suspect. They're currently looking for Eric Holder and the vehicle he was last seen in. Nipsey Hussle, whose real name is Ermias Askedom, was killed on Sunday in a shooting outside a clothing store he owned. He was known not only as an artist, but also as an advocate for his community. Police have not identified the getaway driver. They'll have a press conference today to talk about the case.
We also have an update this morning on this. People in one neighborhood are back in their homes this morning following a gas leak. That happened on Coral Valley Road. It's near Highway 94 in Ellicott, east of the Springs. This started about 5 last night, 5 in the evening. People were evacuated to the edge of the neighborhood near the highway. Those evacuations were then lifted. Everybody was allowed to go home late last night. The sheriff's office says a car ran over the spout that leads to an underground tank. At this point, it's not clear exactly when the repairs will be made, but we'll update you as soon as we hear. 505 fire investigators are working to learn what sparked a house fire that forced an 89-year-old woman out of her home. She was inside when somebody walking a dog saw that smoke and helped her get out. It happened yesterday afternoon in a neighborhood in East Fountain. The entire house was covered by thick black smoke. The dog walker called 911 after he saw the woman standing in her doorway.
I walked up to the driveway, and she was in the doorway, and she says, "Help, my house is on fire." I could hear the alarms actually going off too.
Firefighters tell us the 89-year-old woman's going to be okay. Good thing. She can't stay in her house right now. There's a huge hole in the roof and significant water and smoke damage. Investigators say the flames began in the attic, but they're still trying to pinpoint exactly what sparked it in the first place.